Hey everybody, this is Frilioth and welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial. Right, the other day, yesterday I think it was, we built a really simple AFK fisher. And I've had loads of comments about it. Thank you very much for everybody who's left comments and likes and whatever on the video. Really appreciate it. I've read them all. And I've really enjoyed reading them all. But a few of the comments said that they were still having trouble casting into the fisher and it working on a server. Now, as I mentioned, I haven't had that problem with this one, although I know I had the problem with the .m version, which was slightly different to this one. And a couple of people have come up with some suggestions, so I've been playing about with it, and I think I've made it even better. Hard to believe, I know, but this now uses less resources. You now don't need an iron trapdoor, and it uses a few less blocks, and I believe it works pretty flawlessly. Obviously you guys can tell me in the comments whether or not it works, but it uses a slightly different mechanic in that in the past, on the last one, and in most fish farms, there's a very slight delay when you cast in, because you cast in the pressure plate or the tripwire in the older versions had to activate an iron trapdoor, and that took a tick or so. You know, very slight amount of time, but there was a delay between the pressure plate going down and the trapdoor going up, and that meant that sometimes you'd cast and pull your rod in, and cast and pull your rod in, and cast and pull your rod in. Well, we've got round that, or I've got around that, and I think it's going to work a treat. So let me just turn myself around. Now, in the past, we would aim at the trapdoor and cast, and then the bobber would drop the pressure plate down, which would activate the trapdoor. Now, we don't need the trapdoor. We don't need the trapdoor at the back. What you need to do is aim, and you've got to be very specific when you do this now. You need to aim. Can you see my crosshairs in the center of the screen? Aim at the very back of the pressure plate, and you have to be aiming at the very back of the pressure plate. Then what happens is, as soon as your bobber goes into the water, that pressure plate goes down, and when the pressure plate goes down, it means that you're aiming directly at the note block. And I said this was a jukebox in the last video. I do apologize, it's not a jukebox, it's a note block. But the pressure plate goes down, you then cast at the note block behind it, which means you will continually tune the note block, which is in effect what you're doing, but it means that you won't be pulling your rod back in again. So if I right click now, you saw it was instant. The pressure plate goes down, the bob stays there because it's instantaneous. And then as soon as you catch a fish, your bobber goes underneath the pressure plate, which means your pressure plate pops back up again, which means you're then not casting at the note block. You're casting at the pressure plate, which means you pull the rod back in again, you catch the fish, and then you recast. Now, I've got the stair above it, because if I don't have a block above the stair, the note block, you can hear the note block do unless you turn your note block sounds off. And again, this will work with the F3 trick. So if I F3 and T now, I'm look, well, no hands. I'm now casting. I'm completely AFK. Now, some of you have had a problem as well, saying this doesn't work because your game still gets paused. That's because of this, actually. If I press F3 and P, I now have got pause on lost focus enabled, which means that if I leave the game now, if I do the Control Alt and Tab to leave the game, it will pause the game because I've lost focus on the game. So it's going to pause because I've lost focus. Okay, I don't want that, so you need to F3 and P until you've got the pause on lost focus disabled. Okay, and then you can do it again. You start casting again, then you F3 and T to reload your resource pack. Like that. And now when I Control Alt and Tab, it will allow me to continue playing the game, but I can go off and do other things like check on my resource packs over on my other screen, or check on my Discord on a different screen. Pull this over here, look, that's me recording. And I'm doing it completely, you can't call it AFK because I'm actually at the keyboard, but in effect it's AFK, so I can do other work while I'm doing it. It's brilliant. And so far I've not missed a beat, and this is working on a we've upgraded the server actually. It's a paper 1.14.4 server now, but it works fine on a Spigot server, it works fine on a bucket server, it's working fine on a paper server. Please let me know if you can get it working or if it doesn't work on your particular server. But at the moment everything looks golden. So let me show you how to build this thing. Now, as with the other one, you need a handful of items. It's whatever's on my hotbar now. It's a handful. It's tiny. It's a put it in your pocket AFK fish farm. You're going to need a couple of chests, unless you want to build massive storage underneath, and then obviously you'll need more chests. You'll need a fence post. Any coloured fence post will be fine. You'll need one hopper. You'll need one wooden pressure plate. It has to be a wooden pressure plate. Stone pressure plates don't work. You're going to need a note block. It's not a jukebox. Apologies for that. It's a note block. You're going to need 2 trap doors. Again, these can be any colour. Any wooden trapdoors you like. You're going to need 2 stairs. Again, any kind of stairs will do. You're going to need a bucket of water, and you're going to need your fishing rod. So once you've found somewhere to build this bad boy, again, try and build it so that the water block has got access to the daylight and to rain. You're going to get the best drops if you do that. So find a place to put it. Dig out a few blocks to start with. You don't need as many digging out as you did the last time. You want to put your chest in like that, and then you want to crouch and put your hopper going into the side of that chest. Okay, on top of that hopper, you need to crouch. You need to put down your fence post, and behind the back of the fence post, you're going to need to put down your note block. Again, it's a note block. It's not a jukebox. I'm sorry, I'm banging on about it. I shouldn't really. Grab yourself your trap doors, and you need to look at the bottom of your fence post and put a trap door there. You can open it. Go around the other side, look at the bottom of your fence post, trap door there, and open it. If you want to put it at the top and open it down, which you can do, but I like it that way around. You're now going to need to jump up on top of your fence post, look down there, put yourself down a stair. Okay, it needs to be a stair. It can't be a solid block, you don't want it to be a slab. I used a slab the last time, but you could climb up on top of it, and that was causing people to get a little bit too close. So by using a stair, you get as close as you need to get, but you can still cast into the water. We're now going to have to put another stair on top of here, but it's got to be an upside down stair. So I'm going to grab a temporary block. If we put temporary blocks like that, and then look at the top of the temporary block, you can put down your stair, your upside down stair like that. And again, that's the sole purpose of that block is to stop the note block from making a noise when you tap against it. If you didn't have that block there, you would hear the dum 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 dum. If you like that, then don't put a stair there. If you don't mind it, if you do mind it, then put an upside down stair there. Now we need to put the pressure plate on top of the fence like that, and you're pretty much there. Then all you've got to do is grab your bucket of water, look at your fence post, and right click on it. There you go. And now all you need to do is, like I showed over there, stand right up against the stair here. Look at the very, very top of your pressure plate, and then right click and cast, and your pressure plate goes down. You are then aiming at the note block, and as soon as you catch a fish, the bobber goes down, the pressure plate comes up, you pull your rod back in again, catching your fish, and then automatically recast your rod. Now, as I mentioned in yesterday's video, with a really pants rod, it's going to take about 45 seconds to catch something. You are going to get fish, but you are going to get lots of junk as well. But sooner or later, you're going to start getting yourself some decent rods. Just combine them until you've got yourself a Mending, Luck of the Sea 3, Lure 3 rod. if you've got, and it's been pointed out that if you've got lots of mending gear on and you're holding a mending tool in your left hand, if you're holding and I don't have any, but if you're holding a mending pick in your left hand that really needs a lot of repairing, and all of your armor is mending and that needs a lot of repairing, if you don't have an unbreaking rod, there is a chance that the rod will break. It doesn't happen very often and it's very unlikely, but it could happen. So as well as getting mending, lure 3 and luck of the sea 3, if you can get unbreaking on your rod as well, that might be an advantage. But to be honest, I've never needed it. And as I mentioned, it doesn't happen very often, but aim right at the very top of the trap, the pressure plate, cast, and off you go. And there you go, you're AFK fishing again. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, everybody, showing you the 1.14.4 Mark II AFK fisher. If you have enjoyed the episode, please don't forget to leave it a like, and if you've really loved it, don't forget to subscribe for future tutorials. This is Frilioth, and I'm out of here.